Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Saturday the 26th of October and today we're going to talk money. Who's got it? Who hasn't got it? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get a lot of it? Who's going to lose it? And who are the big hitters in the royal family that have that big old wad of cash? Now, obviously, the main hitter is going to be Her Majesty herself. But did you know she might be worth an eye-watering amount of money, but she's incredibly frugal with it. But her net worth doesn't just include what's in her bank account. You also have to take into consideration the land, the properties, the jewellery. Now, Forbes has said that the Queen is estimated to be personally worth at least £427 million. Bit more in dollars, isn't it? The publication estimates the entire British monarchy is worth around £72 billion. Now, the Queen's worth normally, her money mostly comes from the Duchy of Lancaster, similar to the Duchy of Cornwall, but it is a different working. Charles runs the Duchy of Cornwall, and the Duchy of Lancaster is made up of around 18,000 hectares of land in England and Wales. The Queen is also believed to have owned her own personal investments, jewellery, cars, horses, and royal and historic items of value. When she passes, this will mostly go to Charles, and this is where it gets interesting. At the moment, Charles is in control and receives a vastly sum from the Duchy of Cornwall. Prince Charles is estimated to have a net fortune of around about £100 million. Not only is he the first in line to the throne, Charles' staggering fortune makes him the second richest member of the royal family behind the Queen. Not really a surprise though, is it? So as the eldest son of the reigning monarch, Charles has the possession and the ownership of the Duchy of Cornwall, which is his biggest amount of income source. With this title, the Duchy of Cornwall, he receives a revenue of the private estate, and it's estimated he gets an annual income of around about £21 million. But what happens when the Queen dies? Who then takes over the reins? Now, when the Queen dies, obviously Charles will then become the reigning monarch. His oldest son, Prince William, will then become the Prince of Wales and will also be the Duchy of Cornwall. Interestingly enough, because of this vast wealth that the Duchy of Cornwall generates, it also comes with dishing out the allowances to the lesser royals who are underneath the line of succession. The Duchy of Cornwall holds the purse strings. Now that's where it gets interesting. With all of this falling out and bickering, could it be all to do with money? Is Harry and Meghan, are they getting a little bit angsty because the impending thing that is going to happen very soon means that Charles will be head of state, he will be the king, and William, his brother, he will hold the power of the money. It's been reported on since the documentary aired that Charles and William, and in fact the Queen, are a little bit pissed at the moment because this completely blindsided them and it's floored them, and really the royal family are known with never explain, never complain, and they don't air their dirty laundry in public. It's just not what you do. We do have this stiff upper lip mentality in Britain, and yes, sometimes it sucks, but as a royal family you have to be there and do that. They are the beacon of England. Have they always been morally right? No, but they're still our royal family and we love them because of it. And I think we love them so much, it's because of our monarch. She has been the pillar of everything that is right for this country. She gave up her entire life to be the head of state. to be the one that speaks for all of us. She remains poised and dignified. And do you know what? Silence is the key for the Queen. She doesn't let you know how she's feeling. But Harry and Meghan are making massive waves within the royal family. A lot of reports are saying Prince Charles has actually been in Japan while this has all been going on, and apparently he's very irate at the situation. A source has said the Prince of Wales is very busy at the moment touring Japan, including a visit with the Welsh rugby team. But the point is that this whole kerfuffle has completely undermined the work he's doing, and added, to do it to your brother is one thing, to do it to your father and paymaster is a completely different matter altogether. Which leads me to add the question, what are they playing at? They receive a lovely allowance. And Harry, while yes, he's wealthy within his own right, with the lifestyle that they both lead and the security that they will need for a lifetime, if they leave the royal family and go elsewhere to live, because they won't be supported that much, they'll probably receive an allowance like Wallis and Edward did. They received, a decent amount to go and live in exile. So they probably won't be cut off altogether. But he's estimated at a worth of around £30 million. Not a lot really when you spend money like water. Harry and Meghan are partly funded by the sovereign grant and partly funded by Charles. Now, if you tick him off, he could threaten to pull funding completely. He holds the power to both. Meghan doesn't have very much money of her own. Yes, she was an actress. Yes, she did have money. But that won't last long, to be fair. It wasn't a huge amount when you have such an extravagant lifestyle. Look at the private jets. Look at the £100,000 a week Ibiza villa that they stayed in. You soon go through that cash if you spend it like no tomorrow. Now, Harry has got around about, some people say 30 million, some people say 20 million. Does that mean that she's blown 10 million in the space of 3 years? Because he was originally quoted as 30, yet I've found reports to say that he's now worth 20 million. If they behave in a disruptive manner and shame the royal family, the tap could very well be turned off for both of them. And that's where their foundation comes in, I believe. One thing's for sure that I do know. If you were being paid to do a job and you were being bulgy, disruptive, shaming the company and just being a bit of a dick, to be completely honest, would you get the sack? Would you expect to get the sack? Would you be hauled into the boss's office and be completely reprimanded, or literally just been told to go? They have backup plans somewhere along the line, because I can bet your bottom dollar that they wouldn't be behaving in this manner if they didn't. I'm a firm believer that Meghan has tapped into this little lost boy's soul and completely feeding him exactly what he wants to hear. All his life he's been the spare and he's been in William's shadow. Perhaps she's feeding into that psyche that he'll never be as good as William, but, feeding him, we can do better. We can outshine William and Catherine. We, as a team, can take on the world. And that, I think, is the key to this relationship dynamic. She's probably convinced him that they can build the biggest, best charity built on the Clinton Foundation kind of ethos. We all know what that means. I'm not going to go into it because I'll get shut down. But I think they are building this little empire so they don't have to go by the rules of the royal family. If they do either get hoiked out or they go of their own volition, they will have unlimited funds to do with what they will and live the lifestyle irrelevant of whether or not they have their titles. What do you think will happen when Charles becomes king? Will William fill the boots? Well, do you think he will play games, or do you think that he's been raised in a manner to respect the institution that is the big British firm? Do you think Harry and Meghan are kind of hedging their bets just in case they get kicked out because of their behaviour? Or do you think that they're always going to be welcomed into the firm with open arms, irrelevant of what they do? Have you had enough of it all already? I've tried to give you something a little bit different today, purely because I ain't feeling well today and I just wanted a more gentler video for you to listen to. I hope you've enjoyed it, slightly different, and as always, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to, hit that like button and also hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when I release any new videos. Thank you to anybody that has donated to my channel. I really, really do appreciate every single donation. It warms my heart that you guys do that, and I just wanted to send a big thank you. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.